Let me ask the most important question of the day. What should investors be doing? If this is how the future is going to look like, what should investors be doing today?
Let me make an attempt.
He said there is a bull run in the offing. We are buying fixed income securities.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Actually, historically, global data suggests that recessions are normally accompanied by at least 20% decline in earnings, right?
Yes.
Which we are likely to see perhaps in the second, third quarter. Yes. Of this year, and hopefully if the curves are indeed steepening as preliminary data might suggest, then we could see maybe some pullback towards the end of the year, right? So, sorry, just repeat the question again. I kind of lost my flow.
What should investors be doing yes. today to prepare for that future?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you said, for now, it's very hard to tell what the future holds. And so
there's a bull run. Yeah.
There's a bull there's a bull run. You probably need to hedge.
You don't know when.
You probably need to hedge that, yeah? And honestly, the nature of this shock has been quite unique in many ways, because it's a combination of supply, demand, and confidence being hit at the same time, right? So to get all that recovering in in such a short period will probably be too much to hope for, right? And even as we see some recovery, it's evident that, like you said, countries are equally looking inwards. Can we build our own supply chains? Can we strengthen that? What happens to globalization? And with that, of course, there'll be questions about if, the investment landscape, whether it remains at the same level of globalization as we've seen in the past. Will foreign investors still have the same appetite we've seen over the years, yeah? But what is obvious is we'll always have, we're talking about 0 to negative interest rates in advanced market. If confidence shifts, which is more likely, this will end, we hope so, at some point. Once confidence shift, we'll also see portfolio flows coming back, and hence the sort of bull market he's sort of alluding to. Companies are depressed now, but will find a way to bounce back. There are, like you say, there are others that might actually struggle to come back, but there are others that will come back, new ones and even stronger ones.
Stronger.
Yes, stronger ones into this crisis. And like I said, risk management is going to be taken to a new level, which means all companies will probably try to have mechanism where in the event we have such shocks again, then they're well cushioned.
So maybe Faith,
for now. So
I can frame it a little bit better. If you run a portfolio of $2 billion,
I was coming to that.
What should you be doing today?
I was coming to that. So as an investor, I think personally, riding on the optimism that we'd actually see a turnaround at some point, systematic investment would be more advisable right now. Like you take small leaps in building your portfolio, as well as trying to make sure you rebalance it in a way that you're not losing too much, but still you're providing for that future, bull run. So have possibly some short-term investments still on the fixed income side. It's honestly, you need to have that if you need to cushion your losses on the equity side, right? But also some of the equities, the valuation currently, with the fact that we're expecting at least a turnaround at some point, the valuation right now is quite attractive for you to be loading some position, especially on the counters we believe should be able to turn around once the pandemic is over.
Okay.
Yeah. I think to your question, in my view, what the investors should be doing as a believer in Warren Buffett, when everyone is selling, what should you be doing? You should be buying. And the reverse is true. The the statistics
but you seem to be doing the opposite.
Exactly. The statistics we are currently having in terms of the index were last seen in this market back in 2002.
Yes.
So what has happened between 2002 and now? If you just cherry pick a number of those companies, the returns they were earning in 2002 could be lower by close to 300-400%. But the price then was around the same time. So simple economics, right? I am earning X times 400. The price is the same. What would happen in the future? So to your question, for me, I think investors should be, because it's an investor, of course, they have savings to bring into the market. And these more so we are speaking to collective investment schemes, the pension scheme managers, the high net worth, and also the retail investors, because we have enabled them to access the market through their phone. I think the time to take positions is now, as we wait for the future, which we know this situation we are in is not permanent, and as soon as we are done with the COVID-19 pandemic, the market is going to react accordingly, and we all know the direction it's going to take. That's my take.
You should probably insist that your return is as good as your risk appetite.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And I think everybody has to have a view. Yes. And I'm reminded of the definition of a market when I was undertaking my CFA exams. It's a place where people with different opinions meet. So it's good, it's very healthy to have different opinions.
That's true.
Different opinions. And I think as we close, every answer is right now. Because the one thing that we all don't know in this room is when.
That's true.
We do not know when this crisis will come to an end. Nobody can tell you when this crisis will. If this crisis will come to an end in another 12 months, probably, it is very easy to anticipate that companies will revert back to their closest to their norm, and it will be easy to retrace back their earnings and their demand, the demand from their customers, and therefore the valuations could revert back to mean. But the longer the crisis takes,
that's true,
the more the fundamentals of the businesses are being destroyed, because, again, as we rightfully said at some point, cash is king.
Yeah.
The businesses that have the cash flows to keep themselves going are the ones who are going to survive, especially if this crisis is prolonged.
Yeah.
So I want to just make some comments as we close, just wrap up. You said something very interesting, Faith, that we are headed for a new norm. I think a new norm has arrived.
That's true.
We all agree there is a new norm.
Yes.
And it will be very deceiving of ourselves if we assume that we will revert back to how things were more than 5 weeks ago.
That's true.
So a new norm is definitely with us. The second thing I want to say is, as you say, the positions you take today will determine how you'll be judged in the future. So we all don't know when, but we have to take positions. We need to have a view whether this is going to end quickly or it will take some time. So I think for investors out there, we are not making any particular recommendation. Yeah. We are saying nobody knows when this COVID will ever come to an end, and we as players in the market will continue having this engagement so that we can help you to make even better and better decisions. But when is the one question only God knows when this crisis will come to an end. But a new norm has arrived, and businesses will not necessarily revert back to where they were before. So thank you for watching, and we look forward to more engagement on this very contentious issue of COVID-19 crisis.
Thank
Take
you
care.
for having us.